Welcome everyone to the Platinum Heroes 4. My name's Renegade, I'm your caster today, and up here in the top right for the Platinum Heroes as the Blue Protoss, it's Pavele. In the bottom left as the Green Terran. Give it up also from the Platinum Heroes for Alive. We're here today from all around the world to celebrate this game that is StarCraft, to celebrate our brethren in the Eagle League who are trying to claw their way up to the coveted diamond spot. We have players from Egypt, from Singapore, from the United States, from Canada, from all over Europe, and we're ready to celebrate in fellowship this beautiful game that we all love. The admins have worked hard for months to bring you this event. Production values are through the roof. It's 2019, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to experience the 10th year of StarCraft 2, and this game is still going strong, thanks to the efforts of everybody in the chat right now, thanks to everyone who's tuning in, thanks to the admins at the Platinum Heroes, and everyone who's playing in this tournament today. There are currently $50 on the line in the match arena for these Platinum level players. Who would have thought that at that level in this game, you would be able to make some cash on a weekend? Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Reaper opener from the Tahen, the Protoss, going into Stalker Century here in game number 1. We have a very stacked tournament for you today, but only one player will rise to the top of the Eagle League. Only one player will claim 50% of the prize pool, claim the title of Platinum Heroes 4 champion. It's like Pavele wants to go into a robotics facility, getting up his natural, alive, getting up a starport, getting out a Widow Mine. Could this be something of a delayed Widow Mine drop here from our Green Terran? Everything is going to be best of 3 up through the finals. I'd like to encourage you guys to check out the B stream at twitch.tv/gravity62. Oh my god, look, the caster's Gravity, but we have a brand new Twitch channel. I want you guys to check out the Platinum Heroes. That's the name of the channel on Twitch, so drop a follow there as well. I do believe their events are going to be on that channel moving forward. Exclamation B stream in the chat, exclamation Matcherino, exclamation Patreon, if you want to show these guys some love. Additional factory for the Tahen. We have a robotics bay on the field for the Protoss. This is a little bit early. I would say it's probably not going to be Colossi. I think we're going to have some disruptors out of this bay. Forge going down as well. Shield battery in the mineral line. Both players playing it very passive to open this game. Tech Lab on the starport, actually. We're going to get a Viking first, a little bit of a supply block here from Alive, going to delay that from coming out. And we have Cloak. It's going to be a Banshee play. Banshee is not too popular in the TVP matchup at higher leagues, but this is Platinum, so they can be a little bit more effective. Protoss needs to get an Observer out. He does have the robotics facility for it. Reaper pulling out without any kills. Medevac prepared for a double Widow Mine drop, but there's a Stalker here to intercept. It shouldn't be able to kill the Widow Mines before they burrow. It's going to tag onto the Medevac. Shield battery is not going to help against these Widow Mine shots. Probes need to get the heck out of there. Oh my god! Only one probe kill. Cannon finishing just in the nick of time to clean this up. As does the Twilight Council. Now the Terran did get a full scout of everything that's going on. Reaper got 2 probe kills, so between the Widow Mine drop and the Reaper, that's going to be 3 probes going down. Siege tank going down to the low ground for Alive. As this Hellion Banshee build gets underway, now we are going to see a very early Colossus out of the Blue Protoss. Another couple gateways going up as well. A little bit of oversaturation on the gas, but it's not going to hurt him too much in the long run. Third base coming out from the Protoss. A lot of energy for mules on these CCs as well. Observer is going to see the Banshee coming out. Turret at the front to defend from DTs for alive. I think we're gonna get into a heavy macro game here. Neither player too much of a fan of attacking. We did have the double Widow Mine drop, but not all she wrote for this. Reaper going in on the third base, gets fried at the 7-minute mark by the Colossi. Zealot here from Pavele to delay the third base. One out here as well to see any Terran move outs. Really like that, actually. There is a third CC. It's being built in the main, so it won't be landing for about another minute. Bunker on the main mineral line, I guess. +1 for the Protoss, as well as a little bit of a Banshee harass. The shield battery gonna defend these probes like a lot. That was 8 shots to kill a probe. It's gonna give up, go after exposed worker. Here come the stalkers though, and it doesn't want to hang around for too long. Although there is not an observer with this army, there is one coming out from the robo facility, and I'm sure that will join the army hotkey for a Protoss friend. Tahen grabbing a Raven, third CC, getting ever closer to finishing. Armory on the way as well. Double Cyclone coming out from the factories. Quadruple Hellion drop going around to this third base. The Banshee will eventually clean up this Zealot. His life for ire, baby. Protoss. About even in economy with the Terran. I think the Terran's a little bit ahead with mules, but with this third base is going to be able to pull workers as the main runs out of mineral patches. Terran, not so much. He isn't using mules though, so he's not drying up as much as you'd expect. Hit the E left click alive! You can do it! I believe E left click. Third CC has landed. Both players slowly climbing in supply here. Live. Gonna clear up these mineral patches. This is a very unique trait of World of Sleepers, along with Thunderbird in this map pool. They're the first two of their kind with these mineral patches. These are a little bit more stacked than the ones on Thunderbird. Thunderbird, these are all 5 all the way around the map. It's actually going to be 10 on each of these double mineral patches here on World of Sleepers. So we finally have a mule drop, and this Terran's economy is about to go crazy. There's so much energy. He can afford like another 3 mules, dude. Pavele is going for I was gonna say he's going for a 2-pronged attack here, but the Colossi just gonna meet up with this army, taking a little bit of a different path. Aaron does get a scan. Does get another scan, so he's gonna see this move in. Storm's only halfway done. Armor will be finishing for this engagement. There's not too much here for the Terran, but he does have a ton of Vikings to snipe these Colossi up. One of the Colossi goes into the Warp Prism. With this many Vikings out, plus the Raven, that's super risky. The Raven can get a disable off on this Warp Prism, meaning that the Colossi won't be able to land. The Vikings can pick it off. I don't know if that's the play he wants. Pavele Really trying to figure out what kind of position he wants to take. Excellent play as he splits off his Zealot. Absorbs the Widowmine shot. Liberators at the front for alive. The Tahen isn't fighting with all his units, meaning Pavele gets the best of the earlier trades, but like I said, the Warprism, super risky with the Colossi inside, gets picked off by the Vikings. Thank you so much for the follow, Grumpy Starcraft. Yeah, a huge anti-armor missile went off on this Protoss Death Ball, but no damage was done to follow it up. I don't know how I feel about this Thor choice from Alive. Thors are great if you're fighting Tempest, but die to every Protoss ground unit. Huge oversaturation on this natural as well. Alive could really deal with moving some of those workers to the third base. Protoss friend also with a ton of oversaturation, so I guess it evens out, but our Protoss does have a fourth base about to come up, so maybe gonna spread his workers out to that base in a little bit. Triple Stargate is dropped as Pavele wants to transition into air toss. What's our Terran friend up to? He does have a fourth CC just starting up now at the 1250 mark. Going to put down a supply depot wall at the third base. Eventually. He's got these two working overtime. Hey, thanks so much for the follow, Lunga. Well, pushing to the natural. Double Immortal coming out of these robotics facilities. Stargates are finished up, but he's opting for triple Immortal. Additional weapons, additional armor on the way for the Protoss. Alive isn't scaling. He's not getting vehicle weapons or armor. He's not getting bio weapons or armor. Like, okay, so he has vehicle weapons about to finish. Armor is only about halfway done though. And that means this Protoss is going to deal a whole heck of a lot damage and be able to take a whole heck of a lot more punishment than the Terran. Warp Prism coming out. I mean, he had the 3 Stargate investment and he's still building robotics units. I don't know, Kev. Fourth CC finished for the Terran, turning into an orbital. He's gonna scan this base and see the absolutely massive, the absolutely large Gabriel Protoss economy here. That was a big Gabe reference. Shout out to my boy Hero Marine. Alive, massing at the Platinum Heroes logo, trying to figure out what he wants to do. Even if Pavele wants to go into this tech, like, mix in 3 disruptors with this army, all of this is gone. All of it. Every single bit of it. Here come the Blink Stalkers. They're moving forward. Get a couple early picks. Both players pretty much maxed out. Pavele eating a bunch of liberation shots. Aaron heading back home, knowing he made the Protoss a little bit more free today. Pavele picks off a Hellion. Tahen moving in. Pavele can't engage into these liberation zones. Now both players have a massive, and I do mean massive, bank behind this, but I think Pavele needs to start switching into air, utilizing those Stargates that he made. Oh, huge Terran siege up, the liberation zones go down, but the Blink Stalkers move forward, the tanks start following, and it looks like the Protoss has the advantage here. There's still a lot of air left for the Terran, but only 1 tank, a Thor, and a couple Hellions on the ground. The Vikings land to try and engage this army, but the Protoss comes out ahead. Alive still has a massive bank to remake, but Terran can't remax fast enough. GG is called, and Pavele wins the first game of Platinum Heroes 4. Our next map will be Ephemeron LE in the top left. Coming off his first victory in the Platinum Heroes 4 tournament is Pavele. In the bottom right, as the Red Tahen trying to bring the series back. It's alive. Pavele. God, alright, I hope I don't have this backwards. Alright, so Pavele, I believe, is playing all the way from Poland against Alive, who is a Brazilian player. Very macro, game number one, very passive from both players. We saw Widowmine drop, a little bit of Reaper harass. Other than that, you know, both players kind of turtling, moving out when they felt comfortable. Worker scouts from both players. Oh god. Some dank worker micro here. The barracks is able to finish. Probe. There's a little bit of bloodlust, but he's gonna rein it back. Live is trying to expand. Bell able to get a little bit of a delay off to try and get a kill on the SCV. Behind this, just a standard Protoss opener. Nothing too weird going on. Here comes the Reaper to save the day. Alive. There's down a supply depot to get a delay on Pavele's expansion. Bell just gonna see this as he sends the probe out to build a pylon. He's just gonna leave. What a douche. This is a bad SCV. This is the SCV that you don't invite to parties. He gets to the party, you go to your living room, and there's just like he brought like one of those like 40-inch like standard definition TVs. Like, well, they're like HD, but they're like projection screen, right? So it requires the box in the back and like the giant lead plate, and you can't get it out of your living room. It's just there. That's what this is. Is he even gonna cancel it? He is. He's gonna cancel it. So he just leaves it there for a week, and you like hire a guy to come take it out to remove it, and you have to pay $30 to Best Buy or whatever, and then he just breaks into your house and takes it back and sells it for $40 because he needed a place to store it. That's that guy. It's a bad SCV. Bad SCV. Starport about to finish. This is a really solid build here for Alive. It is going to be double Widowmine drop, but this feels a lot more solid than the previous game. Gonna hit considerably earlier. Server coming out for the Protoss. Got a couple stalkers, got a sentry opener, and it's going to be a Forge and a Twilight Council. Follow this up. I'm reading the chat. Everyone's talking about cheese. Yeah, I agree. That's the real fun of Platinum Heroes tournaments, when you get into the cheese. When you have like, it's like the 13-minute mark and they hit with like 25 blink DTs. And then the Terran forgets to lift his buildings. That's what we're all here for. This is gladiator combat, bro. You don't get a $50 prize pool for nothing. You gotta earn it with entertainment, bro. I guarantee you we're gonna start seeing cheese. But for now, Pavele being super safe against the Widowmine drop with the shield battery, with the cannon. Is it not going to be a Widow Mine drop? Like, am I missing something here? There's 3 of them in the medevac. There's not a 4th one in production. Barracks is going to swap onto the reactor. Here comes a Raven. Marauder coming out as well. Now he's gonna wait for the 4th Widow Mine. He's going to wait for the 4th Widow Mine before the drop moves out. And we're gonna wait too. Come on. You're late, bud. Get in there. There we go. You're late for school. You made everybody rate. You should be ashamed. I feel so bad for Alive Man. His units are so rude. Dropping TVs. In people's living rooms. Just being late. Comes the Reaper. Gonna scout out the 3rd base. The Protoss getting +1, getting charge. It's gonna finish up here at the 620 mark. Coming in, Stalker's gonna tag onto it. Now the previous Reaper survived to 7 minutes. We'll have to see if this one is as long-lived as his compatriot. Robotics Bay for Pavele once again. It's like Alive isn't going to go for the Widow Mine drop. He's just gonna mass here at these bridges. Here he goes. He's looking to cancel the Protoss 3rd base. And he's probably going to be successful given that it's 46 army supply to 15. Here he goes, he's tagging onto that. This shield battery can heal the Nexus, but will it? It will not. The Nexus falls. Well, not really able to do anything. Here comes the quadruple Widow Mine drop. Stalkers and cannons putting in work. 3 of them do get burrowed though. They're going to get 7 probe kills. They're all gonna die. Pavele starting up Blink about halfway done. +2 weapons about halfway done as well. A single Colossus coming over to the field. Here goes the sim forward. A lot of Stalkers here. 1 shield battery operational. 2 more coming up, but a huge anti-armor missile on the Stalkers going to severely lower their fighting capacity here. The boys are pulled to help fight this off, and Alive a little bit scared of them. It's gonna move forward. Gets 1 of the Stalkers while they're warping in, but 3 are allowed to finish it. Here comes the Colossi down the ramp. Another huge anti-armor missile goes down, but now 3 shield batteries here to anchor the Stalkers. Ooh, he's able to get a pick on the Colossi, but these Marauders and the medevac are picked off. Pavele holds, but at what cost? 10 probes go down, as well as the 3rd. Alive, moving out his own 3rd CC. He has a couple of reinforcements here to continue the assault, I guess. I mean, this is why these guys are heroes. This is why we're here today. Couple zealots being split off. Stalkers holding the natural for our Protoss front. 2 Colossi coming out at the same time. +2 weapons about to finish. Now, normally as Protoss, you go for armor against the Terran, because Marines do little bits of damage many times, like in quick succession. So armor is going to chip off a little bit of that damage each time. Weapons for the Protoss aren't terribly good, right? They don't shoot terribly fast. They are going to give it a little bit of an edge. But here comes the Terran again. Gonna stim in. Gonna cancel this 3rd base a 2nd time. Is it? Are they though? No. Kill the base. 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 No. Alive backs out. He doesn't kill the base. And like, he's gonna try to move in a Marine and a Marauder to do it, but it has too much health now. They're gonna get gunned down. Alive picks up in the medevacs and heads home with his tail between his legs. But Protoss is going to even things up and possibly get back in this game. It's only behind 10 workers. Now, I say only. Normally, that would be down a lot, but in this case, I don't know. This is the Plat Heroes. That's basically even. Alive using his mules quite a bit more this time. One Marine split off a little bit ahead. Oh my god, hey, thank you so much for the sub, Grumpy StarCraft. Dude. I hope they keep that in the VOD when they upload it to YouTube, because that shooting Palpatine just makes me happy every time. I'm gonna sub to myself just so I can see it again. That's always incredible. It took so long to make. Thank you so much, man. Pavele. The Liberator sieging on the natural. Gonna get another half dozen probes. Okay, alright. The blank forward, very nice here from Pavele. I'm scared. You could have stopped this! You did this! He's gonna load up a medevac. It's gonna be another quadruple Widowmine drop. Alive has a lot of workers, but a little bit of oversaturation. He needs a 4th CC, he needs to move it up. We're gonna have the EMP go upgrade, we're gonna have snipe on the way, we're gonna have armor, we're gonna have +3 weapons. The Protoss going into +3 weapons himself, getting his own armor, as well as shield batteries at the 3rd base, going for a push out here at 138 supply. He's going to be heavily outnumbered, starting to even those odds a little bit by picking off the scouting Marine. But now Alive knows exactly the angle he's coming in. He's still building this 4th base. It's a little bit exposed. Here comes the bio. We should see a sim any second now. Hey, thank you so much for the Prime sub, Lunga. Really appreciate it. Mawig. PogChamp. Zealot Stalker Sentry here, positioning around the Liberators. The Eagle, watching all. The balance must be maintained between the two races. There's some force field with this army. He could chop off some of the... Oh, he's not going to. He's going to push up the ramp. Liberator sieging up, going to do massive damage to these Colossi, but huge storms going down on the bio. A lot of the Terran just melting away. Has Pavele done it? Has he pushed back from a 10-worker loss here, as well as a snipe on the 3rd base? Yes, he will, and Pavele takes the series 2-0.